What's up, guys? zzirGrizz here, and welcome to episode 3 of the WOD, baby, or the Week of Doom. I really hope you guys are enjoying these uploads. The episode, just like I said, take a break from COD, and yeah, just the fact that I'm uploading. This is 3 days in a row. I don't think I've done that in like a year. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, even though you may not be a big fan of other games or a big fan of Doom in general. Just the fact that I'm uploading, it means something to me, so hopefully it means something to you guys too. And like I said, as soon as I'm done with the Week of Doom, I'll be going back and doing some old multi-COD, some COD 4, War at War, things of that nature. So anyway, I told you guys in the last comm I was going to talk about the secondary options as far as weapons go. So every weapon has like a secondary. For the sniper here, I'm using the Vortex rifle right now. Obviously, the secondary for this one is going to be to aim in and actually charge up the sniper rifle. Right triggers to shoot, pretty simple. I'm also using the lightning gun, which I still don't understand how the lightning gun works. I just hold down both the triggers, man. I know that the primary is basically just shoots some lightning, and the secondary does something where it says it bounces off the map or players. I don't know. I don't notice any difference when I'm using it, but as you can see in the kill feed, depending on how you use it will depend on like the emblem that shows. So I just like to use it because it usually does a lot of damage really quick as long as you can keep it on them. So there's those two that I'm actually using that you guys are seeing right now, and I'll just briefly go over the other, was it 9? Yeah, there's only 11 total. So the next one would be like the chain gun. So primary on that one, obviously it just fires the bullets and slowly starts spinning the turret. If you hold down the secondary, it'll kind of pre-spin the barrel, so that way you can get the bullets out quicker and do a lot more damage a lot quicker. It's really nice. I actually like the chain gun. I don't think I have a comm game with you guys for you guys with the chain gun, so maybe we'll see. The other one's the heavy assault rifle. This thing is a big old piece of shit. It sounds cool, it looks cool, but it sucks. So it's basically just like your regular everyday fully automatic assault rifle that just zooms in. It has like its own like little mini scope or ACOG, whatever you want to call it. I don't like it, but that's what that does. The plasma rifle, it shoots out like little balls of plasma, or your secondary shoots out like this big old splatter of plasma that sticks on the ground and they get injured even if it hits them or they walk on it, whatever, for a short period of time. That one's pretty cool. The rocket launchers, to me, seem a little bit more OP. I know you guys maybe noticed that in like the last commentary. They kind of frustrate you a little bit because you can actually shoot them with your right trigger and then detonate them in the air with your left trigger. So you know how OP rocket launchers usually are anyway, as far as like Halo or anything else. But now in this game, you can blow them up in the air, which kind of, makes them a little OP in my mind. The super shotgun is just a double barrel break, which is really cool. Its primary is just to shoot. Secondary is you can ADS it to kind of bring the spread of like the buckshot into a tighter pattern to do more damage. You got the burst rifle, which is just like a 3-round burst, so you can ADS in one shot at like the M1 Grand, but it takes like 6, 7, 8 shots with the one burst, so it's nowhere near the power of like the M1 Grand. But yeah, so that's that. Hellshot is looks similar to the gun I'm using right now, except for it shoots a single shot of like fire. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage. The secondary usage, it fires like a big, like, I don't know, man, it looks like a flare, and it sticks at them and burns them as they're walking around, so it continually takes down their health even if they get around the corner or something. So it's a pretty weak gun, but it's fun to use, so every once in a while I use that. The combat shotgun's the one I used, I think, in my first commentary you guys saw, and the primary, and that's just like an actual shot from the shotgun. Secondary is like an over and under noob tube. So that's kind of like my bread and butter, one of my favorite guns to use. And then last you have the static rifle, which is the biggest piece of shit in my opinion in the game. And that one actually charges as you're walking around, so, I don't know, it reminds me of like the Family Guy episode when Peter's walking around and there's like footies like, like shocking people, scuffing his feet on the carpet and then zapping people. That's kind of like what the static rifle is. It's just a big old piece of shit. But at least in this game, I wanted to show you guys some power-ups too. You've noticed I did pick up some quad damage. This is like that fast feed I was telling you guys about. You move really quick. All your weapons move quick. It's like the Sleight of Hand Pro. And I also pick up quite a bit of quad damage. I think I picked it up like 3 times in this game. So quad damage is really nice, especially if you're a sniper and you don't want to take the whole time to charge. You can do like a quarter charge, and it'll usually drop them with no problem. And if you do like a full charge, I'm pretty sure you can get like a quad collat or something like that. Never had the opportunity with quad damage, but it could easily happen. I could see that. Other things I want to touch on in this commentary was pros and cons, things that I thought were really good, things that I thought were not so good that like I would fix as like, you know, a game developer. The pros, I love like the execution animations. The fact that you can die kind of sucks, but the feed, like I said before, if you get like 3 up and somebody gets a kill and then you get a 4th, it'll push theirs off to show your solid quad feed. So that is awesome, man. I really wish they would incorporate that in Call of Duty. I do like the demons and the revenants and the power-ups just to give the game some diversity. The fact that you can single boost, it's not like you know, the CODs that we've been playing now where you can boost over and over and over. Advanced Warfare was horrible with that. I do like the controls and a new thing called look smoothing, which is not only can you control your like horizontal and vertical sensitivity, but look smoothing changes how like smooth you turn. So it's like an addition to something that, you know, we've all been accustomed to. And I crank mine up so it's nice and smooth. I can still turn quick, but it's, I don't know. It kind of gives it the COD feel with like a little bit of smoothness from like Halo. I don't know, I just really liked it. The customization, the weapons, and the characters, the fact that you can change all the stuff to your gun and to your character and all that stuff is really cool. You get 10 times more taunts than you do in Call of Duty. But with that is my cons. Customization goes along with my cons because, like I said before, you can't see other players in game. If you notice, all these guys right now, there's my teammate, he's blue, all the enemies are red, so they don't keep their color, and the only thing that stays is like the way they look as far as like their head and armor. All that stays the way you set it, but the colors and the patterns are all the same, so that way people don't get confused on who's shooting who. So that's kind of my cons. The limit of the feed is my biggest one. The limit of the feed only to 4 players max. They need to make it so you can get like a 6 on. That would be fucking huge and awesome. The lack of weapons, like I said, you only get 11 different weapons to choose from. I would like to see, you know, at least 1 or 2 more snipers. I think that's something that I would definitely add in. And no game mode without armor. There is no like hardcore mode, so you're basically stuck in every game mode with like armor always being a huge issue, the amount of damage you got to put into somebody. So I guess if you get it customized to it, which I have, it makes it pretty easy to play the rest of the game modes. But at the same time, I think the option for people to have that would be, you know, people would really like that. Like I said before, they did add, or are going to add, a DLC here this summer. So they're going to add 2 new multiplayer maps, a new demon or revenant, and a new shotgun. Not a new sniper, but a new shotgun. So that'll be interesting. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know if I'm going to do another big Taj after this one that I'm getting ready to release or not. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Make sure you guys leave some questions in the comment section if you have any questions as far as the game goes, what's going on in my personal life, you know, anything you guys want to know. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. That's it. I'm out. Deuces.